Patrick Long, good Lord, you and your Wright Motorsports team have had a heck of a 24 hours. We actually recorded a video yesterday talking about the amazing pole performance of your teammate Ryan Hardwick in GTD, the number 16 Porsche 911 GT3 R, and that was going to get posted this morning. And then you guys had a slight change of plans. Tell us about what happened, and let's celebrate the amazing crew behind you.
Yeah, well, I'm not much of a photographer, but as you can see, these boys have a race car for me this afternoon. They're just literally pulling it off of the jacks. They've pulled an all-nighter. Just an unbelievable effort from the Wright Motorsports guys. Like every single organization on this paddock, you know, they're going to do what it takes. And we had to scramble. At 10:30 last night, my phone rang. John Wright was here still working a deal with the Black Swan guys, and thanks to them for stepping up and sending the truck back over to the track after an unfortunate week. The irony is, and you probably read about this, but the chassis behind me is actually a chassis that came from Wright Motorsports last year when Black Swan ended up in a similar situation. So just crazy irony. That's how IMSA goes down. Yeah, we're excited after tremendous effort and day with Ryan putting it on the kind of provisional pole for today's qualifying race, then to end up in the fence just on a really, really freak situation where he touched the white line coming into the pits. And yeah, racing has a way of humbling you, and we're just looking forward. We're going to try to see and shake this car out today in the race, and then get ready for next weekend.
Pat, you've been doing this long enough to know that these kinds of things are not totally abnormal. I mean, they happen. What do you do from a team side, a crew side, your co-drivers, to keep the mood up and positive while you're in the midst of a thrash with some possible uncertainties at the end?
Yeah, I mean, you try to keep it in perspective. You know, you don't rationalize or talk about luck. In my opinion, you face the situation and you basically accept it, understand it, learn from it, and then move forward and push ahead. Racing has a great way of suppressing emotion, which is just get back on the horse and start focusing on how to improve your car and work through all the pre-race prep that takes to go 24 hours here at Daytona with this level of competition.
Last thing or two for you, Pat. So you mentioned going into the race. Obviously, you're not going to be starting from pole as originally planned. What is the mindset? Do you go out those first few laps and, I don't want to say take it easy, but not at maximum attack? Do you pit and let the mechanics look the car over after this brand new build? How do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan will start the race, and so we'll hear from him in his comfort over the radio, how he feels. From my side, I'm going to get in the car, feel it out, and understand if we're in that window and in that box of performance, or if there's something that might not feel right, which I doubt. And we're just going to take it as it comes. I left the track last night thinking there's no way we were going to be in today's race, and I was just fortunate and feeling lucky that there were some options to making next week's race. And one of the big things I thought about is, man, these guys pulled an all-nighter. You don't really want to go into 24 hours like that, but there's still a week ahead to prep and for them to catch up on sleep. So we're taking today as kind of a gift. Yeah, it was unfortunate not to be able to start from pole, but Ryan continues his progression and development as a driver. And part of developing as a driver is dealing with situations like this and being on top of the world and then pretty much as low as you could be, all within an hour.
Close on this, Pat, bit of a personal achievement standpoint. Really proud of you, knowing that for many, many years you've been part of the RACER magazine family. You and Paul Fanner go way, way back. We certainly always love doing things with you on the site or in the magazine. You and your Lufka Colt air-cooled Porsche shows have just taken off like mad. They're major international events now, but you've now joined RACER magazine in terms of becoming a publisher of your own with a beautiful coffee table book. Tell us about that, because it's another step in your progression in the sport.
Yeah, I mean, publishing a book is no small feat, and I've had to learn from one of the best in Jeff Swart. We've sort of published, designed, printed, produced everything in California, which has a higher cost standard, but allows you to really have your hand on the products and to, yeah, it's an extension of your brand. There's a lot of people in the world that haven't been to one of our Lifka Cult annual shows, but for them to be able to buy the book and live through the 3 shows that we've recently had, annual shows plus a couple trips to Europe with Munich and the UK. That's a special feat for us, and yeah, a little Paul Fanner inspiration on how to make something, as they say, once it's printed, it's out there forever. So it really makes you do your homework. And although we didn't have a show in 2020, I felt like we were producing something similar with that book.
Proud of you, my friend. Just so proud to see your Wright Motorsports crew just knocking it out of the park. Hopefully today is kinder to you and your teammates than yesterday was.
All right, well, appreciate you. Thanks for having me on, and enjoy the show, everyone.